From our studio located in Madison, New Jersey, this is Real Good News.
I'm like the man they call a seeker. I'm a real truth speaker, and I always cut right to the core. And you know I really ask, cause I get right to the facts and get the answer to what I'm looking for. I can pronto play a liar, I'm a tireless and quiet. I've been a furious thinker since my youth. My motives on above ground. I've always been a bloodhound for the truth. The truth. You can learn, you can run.
Hello, I'm Michaela Patton, and I want to welcome you back to another episode of Real Good News. On today's show, we will have special guests, Marcia Morali in the studio, plus these stories.
Coming up this week, Hispanic and Latino organizations around New Jersey have started a new coalition to make sure they're fairly represented in state government and in the incoming administration.
I'm Allen Swanson, and on today's show, I'll take a look at a couple of the issues I covered in 2025 that will still be around in 2026.
And we will also have not one, but two spots from our friends over at Healthy in the Garden State. And we welcome Tommy Nonamaker back in the studio. But first, here is Georgette with her stories from Morris County.
Madison was full of holiday spirit as hundreds of families and friends gathered in the cold for the annual Christmas parade and the town street lighting on Friday, November 28. The parade included many groups, from state troopers and local leaders to the Madison Borough Council and the Madison High School boys soccer team. All came together to celebrate the start of the season. Many people enjoy warm drinks from the Delicositas, the Colombian restaurants and bakery on Main Street. This year's parade honored the late Carmine Toto Jr., who created the tradition 46 years ago. He passed away in 2021, but the community continues to celebrate his work. He built many of the holiday displays used by the borough for the Memorial Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. His wife, Marie Toto, welcomed the crowd after Tom Selwood from Selwood Studios of Performing Arts performed Christmas music. She said they were blessed to have had Carmine in their lives and thanked the community for keeping his spirit alive. Their daughter, Anne-Marie Toto, also spoke to the audience. She said that because of her father's spirit and the strong support of the community, the parade has grown into much loved tradition that is today.
Morris County is encouraging everyone to support local shops throughout the holiday season. The county recently reminded residents that small businesses are the backbone of our towns. They employ thousands of people, they add character to our main streets, and they keep money circulating close to home. According to the county, there are more than 30,000 small businesses across Morris County, representing a wide range of local jobs and services. The message is simple. When people shop local, they help keep their neighborhoods strong. A purchase at a small store supports families, helps create stability, and keeps hometown storefronts vibrant. Here at Real Good News, we do not limit that support to 1 month a year. We feature a small business in every episode, all year long, to shine a light on the hardworking owners and creative people who make our community special. Our goal is to help residents discover new local favorites and to remind everyone that these businesses rely on us just as much as we rely on them. This season, consider taking a walk down your local main street. Browse the shops you pass every day. Look for gifts that have a personal touch and a story behind them. When you choose a small business, you are choosing to support your neighbors and invest in the future of our community.
Morris County offers warm congratulations to Joseph Barilla for 30 years of service with the Lake Parsippany Volunteer Fire Company. Joseph Barilla is the Director of Planning and Preservation for Morris County. During a public meeting this week, the commissioner surprised him with a special resolution of honor. The award recognizes his 3 decades of volunteer firefighting, leadership, and community service. Over the years, He has received many department awards, including the Chief Award for Outstanding Dedication on 3 different occasions. He also earned the Lake Parsippany Fire Company Award for creating the Junior Squad, which helped young people learn about volunteering. Friends, co-workers, firefighters, and his parents, Cindy and Joe, join him to celebrate this important moment. His parents are also longtime volunteers in the department. Commissioner Director Typhoon Celine praised Barilla, saying he brings the same strong dedication to firefighter that he brings to planning. She said he cares deeply about people he serves, that he has trained firefighters, answered many emergencies, and showed teamwork and professionalism in everything he does. Morris County thanked him for his continued service to the township of Parsippany and to all the residents of the county. For Real Good News, I'm Georgette Castro.
Union County is kicking off the holiday season with the return of its UC Loves Small Biz campaign. The effort runs through December 24th and encourages people to shop local, dine local, and support the small businesses that keep our communities strong. During the campaign, the county will be highlighting shops, restaurants, and small business owners in all 21 municipals. The goal is to remind residents that every purchase to a local business makes a difference. The campaign also connects with the countywide holiday toy drive. Many small businesses are serving as drop-off points where residents can donate new, unwrapped toys for families in need. It's a simple way for shoppers to support neighbors while picking up their holiday gifts. Residents are invited to share their favorite small business moments on social media using the hashtag UC Loves Small Biz. It's a way to celebrate local entrepreneurs and encourage others to explore what their hometowns have to offer. This holiday season, the message is simple. When you choose a small business, you're choosing to support your community. It's a gesture that helps families, strengthens neighborhoods, and keeps the spirit of the season alive. To have your small business featured on a segment of our show, email studio@mortonfeldproductions.com. The Union Countywide Toy Drive runs through late December and accepts new, unwrapped toys. Donation bins are set up throughout the county and public buildings, including the Administration Building, the Courthouse, the Prosecutor Office, the Warren & Co. Sports Center in Roselle, and 2 county buildings in Westfield. Residents also have the option to ship toys directly to the county's office in Elizabeth. The county has also created online wish lists to make donating simple for anyone who cannot reach a drop-off location. All collected toys will be distributed to families who register through the Union County Holiday Toy Distribution. Families must live in Union County and have an active benefits case in order to participate. The gift of even a single toy is a small act that carries a lot of meaning. If you are able, consider adding one extra gift to your holiday shopping and contributing to the Union County Holiday Toy Drive. It is one more way our community lifts each other up. This week, arts advocates across New Jersey are sounding the alarm about proposed federal cuts that would hit creative communities hard. The current plan under discussion in Washington would reduce funding for National Arts and Humanities program by more than a third. That means less support for local theaters, community galleries, after-school arts programs, historic projects, and the cultural organizations that keep our towns vibrant. These programs help students discover their talents, give seniors a place to connect, fuel local tourism, support working artists, and strengthen the identity of neighborhoods all across the state. Without that support, many small organizations would struggle to survive, and communities could lose opportunities that bring people together. Arts leaders are encouraging residents to speak up and remind lawmakers that the arts are not optional. They are part of what makes New Jersey thrive. Every mural, every performance, every exhibit, every class helps build pride, connection, and a sense of belonging. The message is simple. Cutting arts funding cuts communities. Keeping it strong keeps New Jersey strong. Calling all area veterans. American Legion Post 43 in Florham Park is hosting an Army-Navy football game watch party this Saturday, December 13th, from 2:30 p.m. until 7 p.m. The Post just installed a massive 75-inch flat-screen TV and invites all veterans and American Legion members to swing by for an afternoon of free food, snacks, soda, and desserts. There will be table seating, a lively contest, and prizes during the game to keep the Army-Navy rivalry alive. This is a family-friendly event, and visitors are encouraged to bring kids and spouses. This event is open to veterans, American Legion members, and their sponsored guests. The Post is located at 20 Ridgedale Ave, right on the border between Madison and Florham Park. Health is something every one of us needs, no matter our age. When we take care of our bodies and our minds, we give ourselves the chance to live better, feel stronger, and enjoy more of the moments that matter. From simple daily habits to smart choices that keep us moving forward, staying healthy is one of the best gifts we can give ourselves and the people we love. Healthy in the Garden State is here to share stories, ideas, and inspiration that all of us can feel our best at every stage of life.
It was just the food pantry, right, which is local here in Hunterdon County. But then we grew out and we started to serve the local food banks. It was Northwest Cap right down the road. Then it was a community food bank in New Jersey, further down the road. Now it's all food banks throughout the state of New Jersey, the Four Corners, and 24 states that we're serving. But bigger than that, we're positively impacting people because it's not about pounds, it is about people. And so looking to positively impact 158,000 people this year, and that's a combination of the people we serve with food, the 14,000 volunteers that come out each year, the 1,000 folks from underserved areas that harvest, that bring back food back to their families and their communities in need. So everyone's part of this. But at the end of the day, if anyone comes here in this farm, whether it's staff, whether it's volunteers, whether it's funders, folks who receive, if they're not changed and not a little bit different at the end of the day, then we failed in our mission.
How many thousands of volunteers a year again?
14,000 this year.
14,000 this year.
Cancer typically is much more successful in its treatment and cure if it's caught early. So a few things that are very important to consider and to put into your life, just making sure, even for you, when you get out of the shower, checking your skin, looking to see, are there any changes to moles or new dark spots that you're seeing, so that you are aware of any changes in your body and you can seek medical care as soon as you notice a change.
Our Small Business Spotlight continues to shine on small businesses in our area. In this segment, we shine a light on the Joyful Shop.
Hi, I'm Jen from the Support Network of Madison, here in my favorite place, the Joyful Shop of the Support Network. This is our pop-up for this year, 2025, where we bring small business vendors to you and provide you a third space where you can come and enjoy a cup of coffee, a sweet treat made by a local woman, a spot on the couch, we have a book swap, we have games to play, and we also have all of these beautiful gifts for you to shop this holiday season. While our future is uncertain, we do hope that our funding campaign of this year is going to keep us going for longer than just being here until January 2026. So we were funded by a special grant from the Smart Family Foundation, who loved our mission and said, we have this idea for a shop. So they brought their eclectic, beautiful style, their love of vintage items, and their love of community to us. And together we built this place where we feature small business vendors who have a high yield consignment here so we can support their businesses, as well as live music nights, craft nights, all of the events that make the Support Network who we are. So we have live music starting at 4:30. The kids' open mic starts and young ones come and sing or say poetry or some lines from a play they may be in. And then by around 6, we start transitioning into our adult open mic, where people share original music, original poetry, anything that's kind of been brewing in their creative minds. And then we usually end with a group jam, which is everybody picks up an instrument or a microphone and we just jam together. I say that as if I do that. I don't. I just listen and sit with my crochet hook. But this event takes place on December 4th. Starting at 4:30 with the kids open mic and 6 p.m. with the adult open mic. And we So some of my new favorites, although I feel like every one of our 32 small business vendors is one of my favorites. We just started with this company, Beloved Bath, who has a manufacturing plant right here in the county, where young people or people of all ages with autism make these beautiful bath products and candle products that are now here on our shelves. We also have Uniquely Madison by Bunky B. Chris Pfeiffer made these beautiful graphics, and you can get anything from a sticker to one of these beautiful travel mugs, lots of ways to show your Madison pride, and her original designs, which are beautiful. I think my favorite at the moment has to be this Mary Madison with our own beloved downtown. So the Joyful Shop is located at 42 Lincoln Place, right next to Romanelli's. And our hours are Monday through Saturday from 11 to 6:30, and then Sunday from 11 to 2.
And now we welcome a new contributor to our studio. We think you'll love her energy and positivity as much as we do. Take it away, Marcia Morale.
Hi, my name is Marcia. I'm the owner at Beneath the Surface Spa, right here in the heart of Madison. Today, I brought a guest with me.
Thank you so much, Marcia. I'm really honored to partner with you and just share with the world a little bit more about what we have. My name's Nicole Barone. I'm honored to share with you, but do you know anyone in your life that has stress? Like everyone, right? And I say that kind of jokingly because especially during the holidays, we want to give you the gift of health. We want you to feel better. And that's one aspect of your life that you don't actually feel, like stress, right? But it's happening. It happens environmentally. It happens by what we're putting in our body. And it just happens because maybe we're not sleeping enough at night and all of those things. So
yeah, I mean, a lot of people do go for like IV therapy, right? Mm-hmm. So when you go for IV therapy, glutathione is a big help with stress reduction, right?
Absolutely.
So you go to your IV therapy, you get your glutathione bag, but glutathione is a huge molecule, okay? It's very difficult to get it a cellular delivery into your body for you to feel good right away. Mm-hmm. So you're getting the liquid, it's going into your body, you look up, and you see chunks of glutathione in the bag. It's not all going in, and you're just wasting your money. So tell us more about this and what the ingredients are in here.
Absolutely. This little purple pouch is your anti-stress pouch. So again, we talked about oxidative stress. It happens even more so that our bodies are kind of fighting during the holidays. But this has glutathione in it, the mother of all antioxidants, but it's shrunken down to get it into your cells. So how can you get glutathione? Like you said, right. IV, or this way is super easy, and it's going to get absorbed and taken into the cell up to 95%, the clinical studies say. Yeah. Which is absolutely amazing.
And this is another amazing thing. It's studied, not only just studied absorption-wise, epigenetics studied. So if you go to the PDR.com, you will find these supplements in there with the absorption study. Mm-hmm. Dr. Dan Gubler, a scientist, made these, and he has how many patents?
He has over 15 patents pending, and patents, and all of this is research. So it's the PDR.net, and you can find this purple pouch. It's called Eternal. It's absolutely amazing because of the science behind it. So it's not just something that we're saying, oh, this is really great. We have the science to prove it. And epigenetics, if you're not familiar with that, that just looks at the DNA structure in our body, right? We're all created beautiful cells in our body, and it's the on-off switches in our body that does that. So that's what's really cool about it. And you want to upregulate some things, and this does it with the glutathione.
And resveratrol's in here.
I love resveratrol.
If you like red wine, you're going to love resveratrol.
So that word you probably heard about from actually what Marcia is saying in red wine. And this is equivalent to 180 plus glasses of red wine.
I had 2 glasses last night at a party. I can't even imagine how you could get all that into your body.
I don't want you drinking that much red wine at all.
No.
Yeah, but it's the good part of red wine. And so this is liposomally delivered. And so you're actually getting the really great benefits of the red wine without without any of the hangover or anything like that. In addition, the glutathione, there's also CoQ10 in this. That's why I love this for everyone, because CoQ10 is what your internist, what your doctor's going to tell you for heart health. So it's a beautiful, beautiful.
And stress does take a lot of toll, like on your heart and your body, and you really want to keep everything strong to kind of fight against that naturally. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've been on this now for what, 2-3 years now? And it's also good for your eyes, okay? So my eyes actually are more hazel. I know that sounds very strange because I have dark brown eyes, but I have pictures of me with the change.
Wow.
Another thing, because I also have issues with my eyes, I went from my readers at a 2.5 and now I'm at a 2. So it's just interesting that happened to me. It doesn't happen to everybody. Everyone has different changes. And that's why I decided to bring this into Beneath the Surface, because when things work, I want my clients to be healthy and happy. So come to Beneath the Surface Spa if you want more information about eTurnout. All you do is rip it and sip it. It's very easy and it tastes delicious. But you can also go to my site at beneaththesurfacespa.com and click on the Buy Collagen button. That's where you're going to find all the supplements, and you will find eTurnout there as well. So we'll see you there.
See ya.
A Night in the Cold took place on Friday evening, December 5th at the Morris County High School football field. The event was sponsored by Homeless Solutions of Morris County. Working together with Morristown High School Homeless Solutions brought in about 300 participants who volunteered to spend a night outside in the cold. They slept in tents on the school's football field to experience a small taste of what homelessness can feel like for so many people in our community.
I mean, this started in the spring. Initial meetings with Principal Mark Manning, who is incredibly kind, receptive. We can't say enough great things about the staff, the administration, the security team that's been an incredible partner here. But one of the things we can't plan for is weather. We can look for it at a 10-day. Yesterday it said it was only going to be up to 15. I think today it will probably be in the 20s. After dinner, we're going to have an educational event on the track, and it's called the Hand Up Journey, because the motto at Homeless Solutions is not a handout, but a hand up. And so they're going to get to learn about homelessness in our community, some myths around that, financial challenges that go along with homelessness, and that. So that it's not just here to fundraise, it's also an awareness and an educational piece about an important piece of their community that they probably weren't aware of.
Most of the participants were young people, many of them students from Morristown High School, showing their support and raising awareness through this powerful event. Steve Lubekin reports on a growing call for better Latino representation in New Jersey state government. They are pushing for fair opportunities, stronger visibility, and a seat at the table where important decisions are made. Let's hear what he has to say.
A number of prominent statewide Latino organizations have created a new coalition. It's called Serve for Change, to advocate for Latino representation within state government. Joining us to talk a little bit about the coalition is Arlene Quinones Perez, who is the General Counsel for Latina Civic and one of the leaders of the coalition. Arlene, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about why the organization thought it was important to set up a new coalition.
So there are a number of us that have been involved in state government for probably the last 20 to 25 years. And I think we see every 8 years or every 4, depending on the situation, a turnover in administration. And we know that when that happens, there's a great deal of positions that need to be filled. We always want to make sure that we are well represented within state government and throughout the transition team. And of course, the boards and appointments that we know New Jersey has.
Historically, have Latinos faced a difficulty in getting into state government?
Generally, it's never been on par with the 19% that reflects our community in New Jersey. And I think that is one of the things that we advocate for. So I think when you have that majority of the numbers in New Jersey that are Latino, it is helpful when you have those same ideas at the table too. And again, a diverse group of Latinos, not just one segment of it. And so I think that we've had a difficult time maintaining that. You know, there's been some administrations that have been excellent at doing it up front. They get a wonderful press announcement out of it. But we always want to make sure that it's consistent over the course of the administrations, which can be anywhere from 4 to 8 years.
Are there any specific goals that you hope to achieve? Any specific areas where you'd like to see more Latinos in state government?
One, overall, of course, it will always be there. But I think also having members of our community that are in the governor's front office is always important. The attorney general's office, the Department of Labor, I would say, is a big one right now that would have, that would be an important time, especially with what we see going on with ICE agencies and raiding factories and areas like that. A Department of Labor would be something that I'm certainly looking very keenly on.
Is the coalition going to be doing any conversations? You mentioned the ICE and the immigration raids and issues. Any plans to engage in dialogue to try to help the community defend itself against immigration raids of inappropriate places?
I think you've seen the members of the organization do that on their own individual levels because each of these organizations are very strong on their own. And so for us, I think the goal is going to continue to be focused on making sure that we have individuals that reflect our beliefs throughout the administration. That is how you see true change. I believe when you have the people at the table, the right people at the table, change follows.
A lot of people see the Latino community as monolithically engaged with the same belief system and value system, but it's really a very diverse community. Can you talk about the range of issues that are important to Latinos?
Steve, you hit it right on the head, to be honest. And I think that is one of the most frustrating aspects of when we're dealing with just politics in New Jersey and the Latino community. To think that we all think the same is just a silly notion at this point. We should all know that any community is going to be diverse in their thinkings. I would tell you, just based on polling after polling, you'll notice that the Latino community's concerns reflect pretty much everybody's concerns, and it's the economy. It's always the economy. And then, you have different things like schooling and education, which is also a very important piece to most of the community as a whole.
Arlene Quinones Perez is the General Counsel for Latina Civic, and she's speaking to us today about the new coalition that's been created of Latino organizations to dialogue with the new incoming government here in New Jersey. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Steve, for allowing us to come on. Have a great day.
That's it from State Broadcast News in Cherry Hill. I'm Steve Lubetkin.
Tom and Anamaker back with you live in studio. So this week we're celebrating two extraordinary leaders whose dedication is shaping the lives of families across Hanover Township and Parsippany. One is a member of the Hanover Park High School family, and the other is the leader of the Parsippany Athletic League, a major force in promoting youth sports and positive life choices. We begin in Hanover Township, where the community is honoring someone many residents already know as a constant presence in their lives. Longtime volunteer, coach, and Hanover Park High School staff member, Pete Birkenkamp. Pete has been named the 2025 Lifelong Service Award recipient, a recognition reserved for individuals whose contributions truly define the spirit of the township. He was celebrated last night at the Hanover Township Volunteer Recognition Dinner at the Hanover Manor. For more than 3 decades, Pete has poured his heart into nearly every corner of the township, coaching youth sports, supporting recreation programs, volunteering with Knights of Columbus, and serving on Recreation Commission, Project Graduation, the Memorial Day Parade Committee, OEM, and CERT. Township officials call him a model of civic commitment, noting that his work has strengthened community programs, supported families, and inspired generations of Hanover Park students and residents. Tonight, the message is clear. Pete Birkenkamp's legacy is woven into the fabric of Hanover Township. And over in Parsippany, another local leader is making an impact on the next generation. The Parsippany PAL was buzzing Tuesday afternoon as Executive Director Nick Bronzino was presented with the Shop Morris County Legacy and Leadership Award, recognizing the powerful strides he's made in just his first year on the job. Bronzino has reinvigorated youth programming throughout the region, bringing fresh energy and a bold vision to the PAL. Community members, local dignitaries, and fellow members of the Sons of Italy gathered to applaud his commitment to ensuring Morris County youth have access to safe, inclusive, and meaningful opportunities. Supporters say the PAL has seen rapid and positive growth under Bronzino's leadership, expanding activities, stronger partnerships, and a renewed sense of community purpose. As he prepares for year 2, many say they're eager to see how his leadership will continue shaping the future of youth development in Parsippany and beyond. 2 towns, 2 leaders, 1 message. Our communities thrive because of people who choose to serve. Congratulations to Pete Birkenkamp and Nick Bronzino. Your dedication continues to make Morris County a better place for every family. A treasured New Jersey holiday tradition is returning to Morristown this December as New Jersey Ballet brings its iconic production of the Nutcracker back to the Mayo Performing Arts Center, once again joined by the world-class New Jersey Symphony performing live. For more than half a century, New Jersey's ballet Nutcracker has held a special place in the state's cultural landscape. First performed in Millburn in 1971 with international dance legend Edward Villea, starring as the Cavalier, the production has become the longest-running original professional Nutcracker in New Jersey. Since that debut, the company has presented roughly 800 performances statewide, featuring over 5,000 dancers and young cast members and delighting more than 1 million audience members. Many who experienced the show as children now return with kids and grandchildren of their own, keeping the tradition alive and making each December performance a heartwarming reunion of holiday nostalgia and world-class artistry. The run in Morristown promises all the familiar enchantment: lush costumes, dazzling choreography, and Tchaikovsky's iconic score soaring through the orchestra pit make it one of the region's most anticipated seasonal events. Shows begin December 12th, so go to the MPAC website or the MPAC website and reserve your tickets today. Over in Union County, Governor Livingston High School in Berkeley Heights is preparing for a major transition as Principal Robert B. Nixon bids farewell on December 8th, stepping into his new role as principal of Millburn High School. After 13 years in the Berkeley Heights School District, first as assistant principal and then as principal, Nixon leaves behind a deep legacy of collaboration, academic growth, and community building. Colleagues credit him with strengthening the school's culture, expanding opportunities for students, and empowering staff across every department. During his tenure, Nixon helped drive notable academic gains, including significant increases in SAT, ACT, and AP performance. Under his leadership, AP participation nearly doubled. Test scores rose across the board, and students gained wider access to high-level coursework. Teachers say Nixon's open-door leadership style made a lasting impact, describing him as a problem solver who listens first, supports innovation, and ensures classrooms have the resources they need to thrive. Parents also applauded initiatives he championed, including reducing student cell phone use and elevating the school's U.S. News and World Report ranking. As the school community prepares to welcome incoming principal Margaret Berry in January, many say they hope the inclusive, supportive culture Nixon cultivated will continue. Students and staff describe him as a leader who encourages individual voices, fosters school spirit, and keeps students at the center of every decision. Though he is moving on, Nixon says he hopes the strong foundation built together will remain a source of pride and a springboard for the school's next chapter. For Real Good News, I'm Tommy Nonamaker.
And now, Allen Swanson takes a look back on the stories we brought to you in 2025.
Shortly before the election that took place in New Jersey on November 4th, I spoke with you about the very poor voter turnout that occurs in elections for governor in the state of New Jersey. The fact is, the turnout for gubernatorial elections in New Jersey in the last 3 elections prior to this one was under 40%. Look what happened on November 4th this year. The turnout in this year's election was over 50% across the entire state. Here in Morris County, where we record the Real Good News, the turnout was 58%. In nearby Hunterdon County, the turnout was 62%, the highest in the state. Over 60% is approaching presidential year turnout, which is usually close to or occasionally above 70% across the state. I am not going to analyze or speculate on why there was a 10+% increase in voters this year over 2021. I'll leave that up to others. I am providing you this information as a follow-up to my previous report and to encourage everyone who voted to stick with it and vote in 2026 when we will be voting for one of our Senate positions and every member of Congress across the state. And of course, there will be many county and local races for everyone to follow and participate in. Keep involved And keep voting in 2026. Your voice and your vote matter. I'd like to also follow up on another commentary I made recently. That is the growing concern and actions proposed and taking place regarding e-bikes. Even though the biking season has come to a close for all but the most hardy, local and state officials remain actively pursuing actions they believe will address the concerns about the use and abuse of e-bikes. For example, in my own town of New Providence, the Borough Council passed an ordinance requiring registration of all e-bikes. The ordinance also restated most of the current state laws and regulations related to all bikes. The problem was, and remains, that the ordinance made no mention of bikes without battery assistance, so it only pertains to e-bikes. Honestly, I have no problem reinforcing the laws regarding use of bikes. What I do object to, as a rider of an e-bike, is that there is not one mention of bikes that are not e-bikes in that ordinance I mentioned. As I mentioned in my last comments on this issue, I have seen many bike riders not on e-bikes riding dangerously, disobeying laws, and creating a hazard for others. Unless something changes in New Jersey, a Class 1 or Class 2 e-bike is considered a bike. As such, the laws they operate under are exactly the same as pedal-only bikes. This is an area to watch in 2026, locally and at the state level. As I stated in my last comments on this issue, the key to safe use of e-bikes is to enforce the existing laws regarding e-bikes and pedal bikes, and to educate parents and those who ride bikes, all bikes, that they are not toys. They are vehicles designed to ride on streets with other vehicles, and as such must be treated with respect and responsibility. If you ride your e-bike or pedal bike dangerously and put yourself or others in danger, you should lose your privilege of driving a bike. That should be the case no matter what vehicle you control on the roads. That said, there is reason to feel hopeful. Conversations are happening. Communities are paying attention. Officials are looking more closely at what's working, at what needs a second look. If the past few months have shown us anything, it's that engagement makes a difference. We saw it at the ballot box in November, and we're seeing it now in the discussions around safety and responsibility on our roads and pathways. So stay informed, stay involved, and stay encouraged. Positive change doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen when people care enough to participate. And across New Jersey, most people are doing exactly that. For Real Good News, I'm Allen Swanson. Thanks for watching.
We thank you for watching, and we invite you back for our year-end episode airing on December 21st. I'm Michaela Patton, reminding you that real good news is worth sharing.
Now, Allah is halfway around the world. For the truth can put on its pants. Tell the truth. So my mission without fail is helping you prevail. You got to give the truth a fighting chance. Tell the truth. Beauty's truth, truth is beauty, and it's my civic duty to always find a reality. More than love, money, fame. honest about the truth, it will set you free. On the road to truth you take, there's only two mistakes.